Hello, today I'd like to introduce you to an exciting program that you have access to. From our website, we offer parts books, pricing, availability, and online ordering of parts for machines under the AGCO umbrella of brands. Brands like Massey Ferguson, Fant, Heston, Challenger, Valtra, Sunflower, Fella, Glencoe, Gleaner, Ty, Wilmar, Spray Coupe, and some older legacy brands like Alice Chalmers, Deutz Alice, Agco Alice, Agco Star, Agco, Farmhand, Oliver, Cockshut, White, Minneapolis Moline, Ferguson, Massey Harris, for a few examples. In this video, I'll show you how to register for an account, complete your account profile, and save your machine's parts books to your profile, and then we'll go through a brief explanation of how the parts books function. We'll look at a couple of examples of looking up some parts. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to go to our website. So you'll go to www.pentagonfarm.com. Then you'll hover over top of the parts tab and you'll click on online ordering. Now what we'll do is we have to register for an account. So we'll go ahead and click on register in the upper right corner. And now we'll fill in these details. So we put in our name. And then we'll go ahead and pick a email address that we want to use. Then we'll pick our password that we want. We'll confirm our password. And the last thing up here, we'll just look at this. I am a business customer. So when we would like you to select that you're a business customer is when your account here at our dealership is under a business name or a farm name or a numbered company or something like that, so that we can associate your name with the account that's registered in our system here. The other option here maybe would be, like, for example, maybe you are the son of the owner of the farm and your name is not the account name. You would want to go ahead and put the name of the owner in here. So you go ahead and put your, in this case I'll just put my father's name, and then when this registration comes through or when you place orders, we know who we're going to bill it to. Lastly, down here at the bottom, you can opt in for receiving information and offers from AGCO products, services, and events. You can select via phone, so someone would physically, from AGCO, would physically phone you, or you can select an email where you'll get email from them, or lastly, you can do a text message. So if we pick these options, then it'll expand out a menu and you can input your phone number or your email address that you want to use, and then we'll go ahead, and once this is all filled out, we'll click on next step. So what's happened now is they have sent a code to our email. So we want to go into our emails, and sure enough, here's the code. Instantly got it. We have a short time frame to do this. You can see that we have this counting down here. So we'll go ahead back to our email. We'll verify this email. We'll find this code. You can just write it down quickly, or just copy and paste it as well, or just remember it. Go back to our AGCO page here, and we'll go ahead and put that code in here, and we'll click on verify. Okay, so that's all done. Now we'll go ahead and click login. Now we have to enter our email address that we picked. Now this is just a fake email that I just quickly created so I could show this demo to you guys here today, so please don't send any emails to that address because it won't be monitored. So once we enter our email address and our password, we'll click on login. Here we go, so we're now logged in. So right here, it just gives you a little message pop up here talking about some other options that are available from AGCO. So one of the things that AGCO has is AGCO Plus, which is basically like a commercial type credit card that you can use at AGCO dealers. If you don't have one, you can click here and you can sign up for one. And then down below we have AGCO Plus Smart Rewards, where that when you use this AGCO Plus card, you get some rewards for doing so, and you can sign up for that as well. In this demo case, we'll just X out of here for now. And here we are, we're logged in. So first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and define what dealership that we want to deal with. So we'll go up here and we'll click on select dealer. Go ahead and enter a zip code or a town or whatever works for you. So we'll go zip code for Lacombe, and then I hit the search magnifying glass here, and it brings up all the dealers kind of in my area. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead here and I'll just select Pentagon Lacombe, or if, for example, I'm closer to Red Deer, maybe I can pick Red Deer as my main store, but I'll go ahead and select Lacombe here. The first thing that pops up here is it asks you if you have an account with the dealership, and some of you will, some of you won't, but if you're a customer of ours and you have a charge account with our dealership, you will have an account number. So any of the statements that you receive will have a number that's associated to you. So here's an example of what a statement looks like. In the top left of it, there will be this customer name right here, and I've highlighted just where that account number would be. So you would take that number and you would go ahead and transfer that into this box right here. So again, I'm just going to pick a fake one here just for the sake of entering one, and I would hit submit. If you don't have an account number, you can go ahead and just select this box here, but by selecting this one, it gives you some nice options at the end. When you do buy some parts, you can just check out without paying for them, and it will bill the parts to your account here at the dealership. So we'll go ahead and hit submit, and it tells us here that it's been updated, so that's okay. We'll acknowledge that. Now you notice up here in the top left you have our logo is here. It shows you what location it is that is set as your default account, and our phone number and etc. here. Okay, the next thing that we want to do is we want to finish your profile. So we have to enter an address and some credit card information and stuff like that. So what we'll do is we'll go up here to my account and click on that. Then we'll go down here to my profile. We'll go ahead here and enter my address list. We'll click on add a new address. And then here we'll just go ahead and fill all that stuff in. Company name if you have one, address, town, country is good, zip code, province, Alberta, and then you enter a phone number. And then if your address is the same as your shipping address, you can go ahead and select on this box, and we'll hit save. Okay, so now we have an address that shows up here in our list here. The next thing that we need to do is add a payment card into here. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that here, but obviously you know how to do this. Enter your name and all your card details, and then just click on add, and it will then add that card into your profile. The next step now is to add some of your machines to your account. So the neat thing about this program is that once you've saved a parts book under your profile, it's easy to pull that parts book up again. So if, let's say for example, you have a Fendt tractor, so what we'll do is we want to find the book for that Fendt tractor and save it to the account. So what we'll do is we'll go up here under search by parts book, and here we have 3 different ways to search for books. We can search by model number, by a VIN number, or we can browse for books. So with the Fendt tractor, ever since Fendt has come into North America, we've been able to search for parts books by the VIN number. For Massey tractors and Challenger tractors and brands like that, it's only recent that we've been able to do that. So the best thing to do is to try the VIN first of all, and if it works, good, but if it doesn't, then we'll have to search it by model. So like I said, in this case, we're going to pick on a Fendt, so we'll go ahead and click on VIN. And I have just some random numbers here. So this is an old Fendt tractor VIN number, this is a new tractor VIN number, and this is just simply to show that the old numbers work as well. So we'll go ahead and here put our VIN number in and hit search. And what that does is it takes us directly into the parts book that is related to that tractor. So really there shouldn't be too many errors that take place with ordering wrong parts. So what we'll do in this case then is we'll click on Add to My Books. Then we'll go ahead and put a title in here. So this serial number was for a Fendt 712. So I'll just name the book as Fendt 712, and I could call that the old tractor if I wanted, or you can give it a nickname or however you want to do that. And then we go ahead and we'll click on Add to My Books. So now the next time that we log back into this, that book will be there. So for example, if I click on our logo, it takes me back to the home page. Then if I click on Search by Parts Book again, you'll notice here that tractor book shows up. It's saved there forever until I delete it. So now if I want to get parts for that tractor, I just click on that book and boom, here now I'm in the parts book associated to that particular tractor. Okay, now let's say I wanted to add another tractor to the book. So we'll pick on Fendt again. So I'm going to go click on Search by Parts Book, then I'm going to click on the VIN number, and I'll enter a good known Fendt VIN number. This is for my new tractor, for example. So this one, I think this was a 1038 Gen 3, I think is what it was. So now, again, it takes me straight into that book, and again, I can save that to my book profile here as well. So Fendt 1038. And I click Add to My Books, and that one should be saved as well. So again, if I click on Search by Parts Books, now you'll notice now I have two books saved in here. I've got my old Fendt and I got my new Fendt in here. So now let's pick on a Massey example, because the Massey ones are a little bit trickier because not all the VIN numbers will work. So let's click on VIN, and now we'll find a Massey VIN number. Here's an older Massey VIN, so we'll throw that one in here and click on the search, and you'll notice it was not found. So that one's not going to work out for us. So this one here, we have to manually look for a book and save it that way. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll click back on Search by Parts Book, and now we have to search it by the model number. So in that case, that was a Massey 4610. So if I type in 4610, it brings me up everything that's associated in the AGCO world with 4610 entered in it. So you'll notice here we have one Challenger, we've got 5 Massey books, and 1 Sunflower book here. So what we could do is we could pre-narrow it down by clicking on Massey, and it takes out the Challenger and the Sunflower option. And then now we have to look at these and study these. So now you'll notice why when our parts people ask you for maybe your serial number or your year the machine was built or things like that, this is why that they're asking you, because they need to try to narrow down and get into the proper book for your particular tractor. And sometimes it's a little bit tricky to do that. So if you need help with picking what book is correct for your machine, I suggest that you maybe call into the dealership and ask for the parts department, and they can maybe help you determine which one of these books that you want to choose. But once you've determined your book, you can save it to your account so that it's easy next time. So let's assume that it's this middle one here, this 2013-14 model year, so we'll pick on that tractor. Again, it takes us straight into that particular parts book, and now we can save it. So we'll go Add to My Books, and we'll call this Massey 4610, and I click Add to My Books. Okay, and now it's saved. You can see that again by clicking on Search by Parts Book, and it shows now we have 3 books here saved under our account. So now let's pick on a new Massey. serial number to show you that there are some that do work. So if we pick the newer VIN number, if we search by VIN again, and I enter the VIN number in here and I hit search, it will take me directly into that book. Really, AGCO has started to do this only in the last, I'm going to say 1, maybe 2 years. And just for time reference, it's currently May of 2023. So, you know, if you've got a 2022, maybe a 2021 machine, maybe you can do this. But give it a try anyways. It'll either work or it won't. And again, once we found this book that we want, we can click on Add to My Books, and I can save this now under my account as Massey 7715S, because that's what this one is. I click Add to My Books, and then they're there. So once we have all of our machines saved in here, it's easy to get into the proper book for your particular tractor. You can just click on Search by Parts Book, and all of your machines will show up in the list here, and you can just go into them and pick which one you want and start ordering some parts. So let's look at our old Fendt. Let's pick on that tractor. So if I click on that one, I'll give you an example now of how to look up some parts. So here's the book related to that tractor. If I wanted to find some simple things like maybe some filters, I could come over here to the search bar, and you can search it by the name of the part, or maybe even the part number. So we'll go ahead and let's just type in filter, and then I don't have to hit enter. It just automatically finds everything in the parts book that has related to a filter. So I can come through and look at this list, and if I wanted to find the engine oil filter, I have to scroll down a little bit, and it's going to be this one right here. In this particular example, it doesn't say it's engine oil filter, but I just know that that's where it is. And yeah, fuel filters, etc. are here as well. But the main list is up here. We have fuel filter, we have fuel filter again, some pre-filters and air filters, and so on. But so if I pick on the oil filter, what will happen is it's going to now give me a picture of that page in the parts book. If I hover over top of the page and I use the scroll dial on my mouse, I can zoom in and I can zoom out. I can pan the page left and right, up and down. I can pick the physical part that I think is what I want. It'll change over here on the right hand side to that spot in the list, and it tells you what it is and what the part number is and that sort of stuff. If I physically click on the item, it opens me up a new page here, and now it tells me a little bit about it. It gives me a nice picture, it tells me the part number, it tells me some different specifications and things down here. It tells you all the tractors that it fits and so on. And then it also shows over here, it shows that we have plenty of these in inventory. It shows the price of the part here as well. So now if I wanted to buy this part, what I would do is I'd click on Add to Cart, and now it's put it in the cart. Now I can continue shopping for more parts, or I can click on View Cart and complete the transaction if I want. So in this case, I'm just going to keep shopping. So now if I go back to my parts pages here, I can continue to look up or order or buy more pieces. Right from this screen here, you can click on this option here that says check availability and delivery information. You can click on that, and it will tell you our inventory levels as well. So it shows again that we have 29 of them here in stock, and they're available for pickup or shipping. So let's pick on a part that maybe we don't have in stock, like maybe this one. So this one here we do not have in stock at Lacombe, but it does show that it's available to ship. So what that means is that it's available in AGCO's warehouse. It's a available part, and we can order it in for you, or potentially we can even drop ship it to you as well. Another option here too is that you can click on this where you can see other locations availability. So if we click on that, this then will show you our other stores that we have. So our Leduc store has 10 available, Red Deer has 5, Westlock has 4. So you can see inventory outside of your default store as well, which is nice. Okay. let's say that we're done shopping for today. Now we want to order those parts. So we'll go up here to our shopping cart, and it shows that one piece that we pre-picked is in here. Here is where we can delete that from our cart if we want. We can click on remove, or here we can change the quantity that we want. Over here in the order reference number, if you wanted to, you could put some kind of a purchase order number or something like that in here so that it keeps your organization straight. This is helpful for third-party mechanics that order a lot of parts from us. They can come in here and put in a PO number associated with their work order number. Down here at the bottom, it shows you what the cost is going to be to ship that item to the address that you inputted into your profile. But we will have the option here to change that to pick up in store once we click on the checkout button here. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll click on checkout. Okay, so up here at the top we have how would we like to receive your order. We've got two options. So I'd like it delivered, meaning we're going to ship it to you, or you can pick up from the dealer. So over here on the right hand side is the shipping charges that the system has automatically determined. So it's going to charge me $41.50 to ship these two filters to me. But maybe I don't like that. Maybe I want to drive to the store and pick it up. So what I'll do is I'll change this to pick up from dealer, and then it changes it to free. Then we'll just review all of our information here that it's correct. So our billing address and our ship to you address. Down here you have the option to select tax exempt if you are. Then once we're ready to place this order, we'll click on review. Shows us again just another review of this. If you have some kind of special instructions for us, you can input them here. Maybe this is where you want the item drop shipped. So what that means is that if we do not have the part in stock and we have to order it, if we drop ship it, we can ship it directly from AGCO's warehouse straight to you. So if you want that to happen, you can go in here and input some information in there that you want it drop shipped to your address. And if that's the case, then we most likely will be contacting you because there will be some associated charges and things that are applicable to make that happen. But that is an option. It just saves a little bit of time having it shipped to us and then from us to you. Okay, then we'll review down here that we'll make sure this is the item that we want, and then we'll just go here and confirm and pay. And then that's where we can choose our payment method here. So if we click on pay on account, this is where our account that we entered back when we first created the account, when we clicked on and selected our dealer, that's where that information comes in. This is the account number that's on your statement. Or you can pay when you pick it up. So when you come in and get the part, you can pay then, or you can pay with a credit or a debit card that, again, you can pre-populate in your account. Once you've selected the option that you want, you'll just go ahead and click place order, and then our people here at the dealership will be notified that you placed an order, and they will go ahead and process that order, pick the parts, get it ready for you, and then they will send you a email back, or they'll contact you somehow telling you that your order is ready for pickup. Okay, so that basically shows you how to create your account and how to buy a part. Now, some of the legacy brands, when you're going to look up parts, like for example, if you want to look up an Alice Chalmers part, there's no Alice Chalmers option, so I'll show you that here. So if we wanted to say search by parts book, and we wanted to look up an Alice Chalmers, say a D15 for example. So if under the browse option, if you're using this, I just wanted to show you, these are all the brands that we have access to sell parts for. So, but you'll notice there's no Alice Chalmers option in here. When you're looking up Alice Chalmers parts, you have to look them up under AGCO Alice. Okay, so if we look up AGCO Alice and then we go to tractors, you can pick Alice Chalmers, and then here's all the Alice parts books that are available. So there's our D15. Okay, and same thing goes to stay when you want to look up parts for Ferguson or Massey Harris. You have to look those up under Massey Ferguson because there's no Ferguson option and there's no Massey Harris option, so you have to look up those parts under Massey Ferguson. And then lastly, for Oliver and Cockshut and Minneapolis Moline, you have to look those up under the white brand. So if you have a Minneapolis tractor, you have to select white. You've got to select tractors. And then here are those three different options here. So if we wanted to pick a mini, you go into mini. And then here's all the parts books available for those. That's how you browse for books. It's not the easiest way to do it. VIN number is by far the best. Then secondly, I think under model would be the second way to look. So for example, our D15 option, if I type in D15 and I just wait, again, it will populate all the books related to D15. So you see there's two Challengers and there's one under AGCO Alice. But if you remember, it's under AGCO is where we want to be. So if I highlight the AGCO version, it's just a D15 and then it will take me into that parts book. And again, we can just click on whatever options that we want here. So on the left-hand side, we have these table of contents that you can look at. These are the exact same parts books that we have at the dealership. They're the exact same structure. The images are exactly the same. It's just now they're available online. So, you know, if we wanted this gasket, we can pick on that. We click on check availability. And again, it says available to ship, so that means that AGCO does have inventory in their warehouses, but we do not have it in Lacombe, so we'd have to order that part in for you. Okay, well hopefully that helps on how to use these parts books. We feel that this will be very advantageous for people so that you don't necessarily have to call into the dealership to order parts. You don't have to talk to somebody and try to explain to them the part that you want. You can physically look it up yourself. And you can see our inventories, you can see how much they cost, and you can order the parts yourself too. Yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Thanks for watching.